Rising ominously on the banks of the River Thames, the Tower of London stands as a monument to England's bloody and turbulent past. For nearly 1,000 years, this fortress has been the stage for intrigue, betrayal, and untimely deaths. But beneath its storied history lies something far more sinister, an undercurrent of haunting, where the echoes of the past refuse to be silenced. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the haunted history of one of Britain's most infamous landmarks, the Tower of London. From the ghost of Anne Boleyn to the mysterious disappearance of the princes in the tower, we'll explore the chilling tales that make this fortress a hotspot for paranormal activity. So, if you're ready, let's step into the shadows of history and uncover the ghosts that still walk these ancient halls. The Tower of London was founded by William the Conqueror in 1066 as a symbol of Norman power, a fortress to assert dominance over the newly conquered city of London. Over the centuries, it evolved into a royal palace, a prison, a place of execution, and even a zoo. But with power comes treachery, and the tower has witnessed some of the darkest moments in English history. From the moment it was built, the tower has been a place of fear and awe. It was through the Traitors' Gate that countless prisoners, many of them high-ranking nobles or even royalty, passed, knowing they would never leave the tower alive. The walls of this fortress have seen unspeakable acts, and the spirits of those who met tragic ends here are said to linger still. Among its most famous prisoners were Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII, Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, and Guy Fawkes, the man behind the gunpowder plot. Each met their fate within these walls, and it's said that their spirits remain trapped, reliving their final moments over and over. Perhaps the most famous ghost of all is that of Anne Boleyn. Once Queen of England, Anne fell from grace after failing to provide Henry VIII with a male heir. Accused of treason, adultery, and incest, Anne was imprisoned in the Tower and ultimately beheaded on Tower Green on May 19, 1536. Many have described seeing Anne's ghost, often described as a woman in white, walking the corridors of the Tower. But what makes her apparition more chilling is that she's often seen carrying her severed head. Anne's ghost has been seen in several locations within the Tower, including the Chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, where she's buried. Witnesses describe her as a solemn figure, with her head tucked under her arm as she silently walks through the tower's darkened halls. Some believe her spirit is restless, forever seeking justice for the false accusations that led to her death. Another tragic tale from the tower's history is that of the princes in the tower, Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York. After the death of their father, King Edward IV, the young princes were taken to the tower by their uncle, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, who would later become Richard III. The princes were never seen again, and their disappearance remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Were they murdered by their uncle to secure his claim to the throne, or did they meet some other tragic fate? While we may never know for sure, many believe that the spirits of the young princes still haunt this place, their souls forever trapped within these walls. Witnesses have reported hearing the sounds of children playing in the dark corners of the tower, only to find no one there. Some have even claimed to see the ghostly figures of 2 young boys, dressed in period clothing, wandering the grounds in silence. Their spectral presence serves as a haunting reminder of their tragic, untimely deaths. Lady Jane Grey, known as the 9 Days Queen, was another tragic figure whose life was cut short within the tower's walls. A pawn in the political machinations of her time, Jane was deposed and imprisoned after just 9 days on the throne. In February 1554, she was executed on Tower Green at the tender age of 16. Lady Jane's ghost is said to appear on the anniversary of her death, her pale figure visible on the green where she met her fate. Witnesses describe her as a sorrowful, silent presence, mourning the life that she lost. But the tower's hauntings don't end with royalty. The ghost of Henry VI is said to haunt the Wakefield Tower, where he was murdered during the Wars of the Roses. He is often seen kneeling in prayer on the anniversary of his death, a spectral figure lost in time. The White Tower itself is home to another eerie apparition, the ghostly figure of a bear, seen by a guard in 1816. The guard reportedly tried to bayonet the bear, which disappeared into thin air. The experience left him so shaken that he died of shock a few days later. With so many tragic events and untimely deaths, it's no wonder that the Tower of London has become a focal point for paranormal investigations. Over the years, countless ghost hunters have ventured into the tower, hoping to capture evidence of the spirits that are said to reside there. From EVP recordings that capture ghostly whispers to chilling footage of shadowy figures, the evidence collected within the tower walls is both compelling and unnerving. One of the most famous EVPs captured includes a voice whispering, "Where is my head?" believed to be Anne Boleyn. Others have reported hearing the cries of children or the heavy footsteps of armoured knights echoing through the corridors. The Tower of London is more than just a historic landmark. It's a place where the past feels palpably close, where the boundary between the living and the dead seems thinner than anywhere else. For nearly 1,000 years, this fortress has stood witness to the best and worst of human nature, and it's no wonder that its walls are said to be haunted by the spirits of those who met tragic ends there. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that the Tower of London holds a special place in the history and folklore of England. Its stories continue to captivate and terrify, serving as a reminder of the dark chapters in our past. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the haunted history of the Tower of London, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the world's most haunted places. And as always, let me know in the comments, would you dare to spend a night in the tower? Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, if you visit the tower, you might not be alone. See you in the next video.